Okay, have you all got the slides ready? So hello YouTube. Yes. So for those people who just signed YouTube, remember, always give a like. More importantly, the slides are under the description. You can download the slides there. Yes. Okay. I've got 50 minutes before I have to jump onto another business meeting. Okay. So I'm gonna make this talk a little bit more concise. Okay. Hey, wait a minute. Okay, wait. I'm down. Once you download the slides, please sound off to me. Yes. Okay. Yep. Once you get the slides, how do I share this video? I do not share a live. I suppose you can. Can someone teach the gentleman how to do a sharing on live? Okay. YouTube video for live one, I think you can share. Okay. My guess is, once you download it, please let me know. Okay. All right. So for those who just came in, once you download the slides, I'm happy to start. But you must first let me know. Okay. Yeah. And for those, thank you. Please do a like and share, blast it so that more people can see this. Okay, these are turbulent times. Turbulent times deserve, some attention. But I want to bring, I want to give people the education what to do. Yes. Okay, what to do. What to do in times of turbulence. Okay, download it. Okay. All right, good. Okay, let's start, shall we? You good to go? All right, cool. The title of my talk today is Keeping Faith Despite the Market Downdraft. Keeping faith despite the market downdraft. And the inspiration of today's talk comes from Christopher Tan. Christopher Tan wrote an article today on Business Times. For some of you all who know Christopher Tan, he came to our channel 1 over a week ago, okay, and he gave a talk. The reception was incredible. We gave a talk at Provident. So Christopher Tan has spent 20 over years in this industry, helping people in wealth management. He's the CEO of Provident, a wealth management company, and he's got incredible wisdom. He's a man of great integrity, very humble, very nice, okay, and very entertaining as well. And he wrote an article today on Business Times, and I've got the extract of the article. I got an article actually in the slides. But more importantly, I want to discuss the article because they are I pull out a few key quotations from the article that I want to share with everybody, because those are incredible words of wisdom that I need everybody to know. Okay, cool. So this is my 167 talk. Okay, you can download the slides. 167 talk. Okay, and those people who just came on YouTube, please give a like. Okay. And the disclaimer I have is that whatever I share today are not meant to be buying and selling advice. It's just a general education and entertainment video. So today, Christopher Tan from Provident actually published an article on the Business Times. It was a very good article. I read it 2 times, and the title of the article is called Keeping Faith Despite the Market Downdraft. Okay, Keeping Faith Despite the Market Downdraft. And I've copied the title in today's YouTube video, which I want to share with everybody. Okay, and you can read the article, but I want to extract the essence of the article and share with everybody because the article carry a lot of weight. Okay, yes. I'm going to extract out key essence of it, and I'm going to expound on it and share with everybody, so you guys should be able to find it quite interesting. Okay, cool. All right, good. Now, one of the key statement that thank you for liking on YouTube. Thank you, I really appreciate it. Okay, one of the key statement is that markets. He said this. Okay, and I'm going to read it to you. Okay, markets are resilient and will rise over the long term. So stay invested. That's from there. Thanks, Angela. Really appreciate this. Markets are resilient and will rise over the long term. So stay invested. Desmond said, Mr. Lu, in short, the essence is 打死不走 indirect, 怕死不走. Depending you pass 不走 where, okay? And I want to say this. So in the article, he actually described using the MSCI World Index. It is an index that you can buy from Provident, okay? Today I want to use a few indices to show you the essence of this philosophy, okay? The very important strategy is this, that the US stock market over the last close to 100 years has gone from like that to like that, okay? Right, look at this whole graph here, okay? And in between all these little points are crisis, recession, inflation, war, pandemic, presidential problem, everything, right? I'll read to you some of this, This is the Great Recession, World War II, market crash, Korean War, Vietnam War, monetary policy tightening, oil crisis, Iranian energy crisis, Black Friday, blah 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 blah. Look at what happens to the stock market. It continue to go, right? No, I'm not going to sing, please. Okay, Lou is not here. I'm not singing, okay? Yes. So, the stock market has been resilient in difficult times. And some people say, oh, Mr. Lu said this, so I can buy any stock and go. No. I will show you an example of stock market that survives through this kind across time, okay? And I show you stock market that don't survive. So not everything survives, okay? It is very important to know that. This is the MSCI World Index, okay? MSCI World Index also have this kind of pattern. Now take note, there are also huge fluctuation that you need to take note, but generally the MSCI World Index also go in a similar path. This is the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ has this incredible thing, but the fluctuations are phenomenal. Like today, I think it crashed by 3% or something like that, okay? But these are globally diversified index, okay? And they are proven across time to stand the test of time, which I think is quite important. Okay, which I think is quite important. So the indices are actually quite good, but these indices, although it stand the test of time, will have huge fluctuations, and we gotta be prepared for it. But over a long term, if history were to repeat, they will always be resilient and tahanable. So they are very tahanable against crisis, and that's what I want to highlight. So the NASDAQ 100, the MSCI World Index, the S&P 500, all these have stand the test of time, okay? Christopher Tan has this quotation, and I want to share everybody. I'll read it out, okay? I'll read it out. It says that this strategy of buying and holding will only work. This will only work if you are invested in broadly diversified portfolios of security with a track record of rising over the long term. Don't expect you to buy crypto and all this kind of thing, okay, and be able to do this. I have no idea, okay? Don't expect you to be a big stock and have the same pattern. These are nothing, all those are not proven to stand the test of time. Let me just give you a few examples of indices that did not stand the test of time, and they are not difficult to find. They are all over the world, okay? They are all over the world. So far, I've shown you all this, right? So when I was young and idiot and stupid, I thought that all indices are the same. So what did I do? Okay, I go and buy the Straits Times Index, because that's what we are most familiar with, right? This is the Straits Times Index. A lot of you are still in love with the Singapore stock market. Look at the Straits Times Index. The Straits Times Index, this, went up a little bit. This high here is 2007. This high is at 3,800 points. And since that day, at 2007 until now, it has never recovered to that point. It's on this I see, right? Just like that, okay? Never recovered to this point. Never recovered to this point. So the Straits Times Index, hello, Yong Jie, good to see you. it has never recovered to that point. Okay, so the Straits Times Index is not one of those index you can buy. Arguably, the index more or less represents the whole stock market, so I don't like the whole stock market, Singapore stock market. Someone say, maybe it's just Singapore lah. So I go and look at other Ang Mo stock market, also the same. Yeah, look at this. This is the FTSE. The FTSE is the UK stock index. The FTSE not bad, up to 1999 still okay. But from 1999 till now, I see one very miserable growth. And crash. Up till now. Can you imagine how bad the stock market is? This is the FTSE Ang Mo stock market. No? Ang Mo stock market also like that. Yes, please log in to like. Please log in to like people in YouTube. Okay? And the rest of people on Facebook, please blast a like. It will help to promote. This is education, and I want to make sure as many people learn as possible. Okay? This is the Nikkei 225. Nikkei 225 is the Nikkei index. Look at the stock market. Even worse, man. This is 1990. It went down all the way for many years and before it came up recently, but it's still around there. Nothing, right? So therefore, and this is the Hong Kong stock market. The Hong Kong stock market has this huge climb at the year 2000, and I'm just eyeballing it, 2009 or 2010, crash, and again, like Singapore stock market, never recover. A lot of you keep asking me, Mr. Lu, can buy Hong Kong or can buy Hong Kong now? You look at this, can buy Hong Kong now? You buy and get stuck like that. Someone say, oh no, I very good, I pick stocks, I sure make money. You good. The index like that, you pick, you make sure you can win, okay? Yeah, maybe you good, I don't know, but yeah, okay. So the Hong Kong, this is the Shanghai one. The Shanghai one even worse, okay? The Shanghai one even worse. There's this huge, gigantic peak in somewhere around 2008, 2009. It crashed, and then it peaked again in 2015. It crashed, and then never recovered since then. And people ask me, China stock can buy now. Look at this. So China stock can buy now, right? So Christopher Tan is absolutely wise in his words, okay? Absolutely wise in his words. And let me read again, okay? This strategy only works if you are invested in broadly diversified portfolio of security with a track record of rising over a long term. Okay? In short, not all indices work, not all ETF work, not all funds work. So don't anyhow go and buy. Yeah. I say many times, can you give me water, please? Yep, thank you. Yes. Okay. So I hope you all understand. If you understand, can you give some comment? Having this monologue here without anybody. So you understand this principle. Today, I've shown you using this very closely that the US indices that I showed you has stood the test of time, but the Hong Kong, China, Singapore, UK, Japan, all Konga Kiao, okay? So it's very, very important, very, very important for you to take note of, okay? So let's, the second point I would like to extract out is this, okay? It says this, okay? It says this, I'm going to read to you, okay? For those who need money in the next 1 to 3 years, do a review with your trusted advisor, okay? I'm eating potato chips now. Mr. Lu want to have some? Oh yes, okay, I love to have some, okay? For those who need money in the next 1 to 3 years, do a review with your trusted advisors. I would say, I'm not an advisor, okay? I would say, if you need money in the next 1 to 3 years, don't invest in stock market. Don't invest in anything risky. Go and buy some SSC bond, cash fund or whatsoever. Don't go and risk anything, okay? 1 to 3 years is not a good time horizon to buy. Even up to 5 years is not a good time horizon. My time horizon for stock market must be 10 years, 20 or 30. Yeah, minimally 10, okay? Because the whole stock market has been proven not to stand the test of time. Okay, yes. You ask trusted advisor, they'll ask you to buy more. Exactly. It depends, right? So I'm not in a, I don't have any trusted advisor, that right now. So okay. So I kind of, I kind of a bit cautious, but I think what Christopher is leaning towards basically means that the trusted advisor, if it's really good for you, he will tell you don't invest, buy some of those safe money funds, okay? And to be frank, today not so much. Will the CPF interest rate rise? I don't think so. The CPF interest rate never fall during the crisis. Now that all the interest rate rise, the CPF never rise. I think it's fair, right? Yes. Trust yourself most if you want the best for yourself. Yeah, okay. So anyway, so I hope you understand this second point, which I thought is very good. The other one is, he actually said this, I'm going to read to you, okay? Keep investing in tranches and do not panic and sell. Keep investing in tranches and do not panic and sell, okay? I think that's a very, very good advice, right? And that's very in line with what I say, as the market crashed terribly, you space out your buying, space out buying, right, in tranches, right? So on this note, I fired another $50,000 short into the Nasdaq 100. Okay, so don't say Mr. Lu never say I fired. Okay, as it decline, I'll fire more, and I'll toggle between the S&P 500 and Nasdaq. More or less, I'll do that. Okay, and I see which one fall more, I'll buy more. And I think that's very important because in this kind of market, you don't know how long it will last. So therefore, in this kind of declining market, you want to space it out, okay? So I kind of demonstrate to everybody that, I kind of space it out. I think, will it continue to crash? I think there's a good chance it will, okay? But is it 100%? I don't know. How long will it keep crashing? I don't know. I don't know how deep and how long, all right? So the only way I'm doing is I'm going to keep investing in tranches, okay? And do not panic and sell, yes. Okay, Cindy, how many 50K tranches do you have to buy? I don't know, I haven't going to calculate, okay? But I'm just measured amount, firing off. I think it's very, it's a wise thing to spread out everything, okay? Yes. This is another point that Christopher Tan wrote in his article, okay? And I want to read to you, okay? Our focus has been to ensure our clients have the financial and psychological ability to weather the turbulence. To weather the turbulence, number one is you must have the financial ability. Number two, you have the psychological ability. Okay? You may have the psychological ability, but you don't have financial ability, you're useless. Some people say, in order to make money, you need more money. Is it true? The answer is yes. Okay, is yes. 95% of times is yes. You don't have money, 有钱生钱容易，没钱生鸡蛋都难. That is the unfortunate truth of life. Okay, so I want to share with everybody that it is very important that you have the psychological ability to tahan this fluctuation. And I know the secret to it is have a strong CPF foundation. That one really helped me maintain a foundation. Okay, so for those people who just ask me, can we use SA to buy CPF SA to buy ETFs? My answer is first, you cannot. Second, if the CPF SA gives you a very good return of 4 to 5%, why do you want to waste it? Yeah, why do you want to waste it? It's a big waste. Okay, it's a big waste. Very important for you to, whenever you have turbulence like this, you must have a stash of money. In good times, you must prepare yourself. For those people who thought that I was giving, when I talk about the Joseph cycle, you thought that I'm giving a Christian talk. In that talk, I make it very clear that you must accumulate like what Joseph did, right? fill up your coffers so that in times like this, it's a wonderful shopping time. Just buy and buy and buy and buy and buy and buy and buy. It's keep accumulating. This is the great inflation right now. Everything is expensive, and the great leilong right now are stocks, and nobody is buying. So anyway, I'm buying. Okay, yes, all right. So I believe that in order to weather this thing, you must have both the financial ability and the psychological ability. Sorry, the music damn bloody loud. Another thing about psychological ability is this. Okay, now fortunately I have a wife that doesn't nag at me when I lose money. Okay, and she has faith in me in this aspect. But when you encounter this kind of storm, first of all, you must stay cool, right? You must stay cool, and you can only stay cool if and only if you can only stay cool if and only if you have a firm foundation there. Yeah, okay. That's why in good times for years since 2015, I've been telling everybody, build up your CPF, build up your CPF, build up your CPF. If you don't build your CPF when the storm hits, this would actually cause you to go bonkers. Okay. The next one is quite interesting. Okay, the next one is quite interesting, and I thought that in hindsight, it is a very good. It is actually quite a very good advice. Okay. This is if your investment portfolio have already met your return objective, you may consider cashing out. Okay. Now, that's my wife just give me some. My wife just give me some nuts. So, if your investment portfolio have already met your return objective, you may consider cashing out. That's very interesting. A lot of times we make a lot of money and we think that the market will go up forever. But that's not necessarily the right strategy. I see some wisdom, to cash out and diversify. I think there's some wisdom in that. On hindsight, of course, why I eat nuts? Low carbo, protein, won't get fat. So on hindsight, maybe I should have extracted out some of my gains and diversify into other assets. Then don't correlate with the stock market. I do that, and I do quite a lot of that with my bonds. But this time around, damn sway, the bonds also collapse because an interest rate rise hit both the bond market and the stock market. So both get hit. In hindsight, should diversify into other uncorrelated asset or something like that. And I don't consider crypto an asset in this aspect. But I thought it's a good point to take note of. And for some of you who have reached a certain age of life, you may say that, 562 of you on YouTube, can you please log in and give a like, please? Okay? Really help to promote the video lah. I must say every time until okay? Yeah. In the past, this is a very important quotation that came from Christopher. In the past years, when it was easy to jump onto the bandwagon of high-risk assets such as growth stock, high-yield bonds, crypto, we stayed the course with borrowing low-cost, globally diversified portfolios of equities and investment-grade bonds. I thought that was quite wise of him in Providence. Over the last few years, everything was growing, right? Everything was growing. Everybody was telling me, wow, buy Tesla, sure make money one. Wow, Tesla is the right thing. A lot of YouTuber, stock YouTuber make tons of money in Tesla. Okay? And they actually tell everybody, wow, Tesla is the right thing to buy. Today, Tesla has gone down tremendously. Of course, a lot of people say, Bitcoin, 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 crypto, crypto, crypto. I got so many people telling me, Mr. Lu, you don't know anything about crypto. You don't know anything about Luna, you don't know anything about Terra, you don't know anything about Ethereum, you don't know anything about it. And no matter how hard I try to understand the logic behind, I still cannot understand. So I didn't invest. Okay? So right now, what happened? I think for most of us investors, it is okay that we move away from this kind of heart attack. I think it's perfectly okay. We don't need this kind of heart attack. Okay? We don't need this kind of heart attack. I think we can just, live a long life longer without this kind of low cost, globally diversified one. Angela, you will not get slides through Slide Plus One on YouTube. You gotta go to comments and click the description there, click the link, and then you will download. Okay, that's on YouTube. YouTube, for heaven's sake, 600 over of you, please, less than half you all give a like. Okay. No, Karen. There are many people struggling to understand crypto. I'm one of them. I still can understand. I guess there are a lot of people smarter than I am. Okay. All right. This one came to me and hit me quite hard today emotionally. Make sure you are comprehensively insured to mitigate life risks. A lot of people say, hey, Mr. Lu, you say don't buy insurance, don't buy whole life insurance, don't buy ILP. I didn't say don't insure. I say buy term insurance, okay? Hospitalization plans are important. Hospitalization plan, I have a hospitalization plan, my whole family hospitalization plan. Because this kind of calamity, when it hit you up, the fees go tremendously high. A close relative of mine yesterday or 2 days ago was just diagnosed with a likelihood of a cancer in the lower body, a lot of places. And it's a traumatic experience. It's so young kids, so young, and I think it's it's a shock to the family. I was actively arranging for a doctor to come to a good specialist to treat her, and the doctor is very good, but she's coming she comes in from Malaysia, and the fees here are phenomenally high. Doctor fees are phenomenally high. So I think easily a treatment will cost $100,000-$200,000. Okay, so therefore, make sure you are comprehensive insured to mitigate life risk. I tell everybody, in order to insure yourself, it's not enough. There's no way you can buy life insurance and whole life insurance and it's enough for you unless you're damn freaking rich. And the only way you can insure yourself adequately that I know of is to buy term insurance. Okay? And those people who agree with me, give a like. Yeah. There's no other way I know of that you can adequately insure for yourself unless you buy term insurance. I cannot think of any other. Whole life insurance is just too expensive. Just too expensive. Okay? So in times like this, make sure yourself are adequately insured. And I thought that is great wisdom from Christopher Tan. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, all right. Cool. The next thing he said I thought was very, very good, and Christopher is really a man of great wisdom. He says that make sure you have enough emergency funds to meet company expenses between 6 to 12 months in case you lose your income. That must be done regardless of whether it's recession, inflation, stagflation, you must always have that emergency fund to tahan for 6 to 12 months. In the past, I say 3 to 6 months enough. You know why? Because Singapore very safe, very easy to find a job. I'm not too sure after COVID experience. COVID experience has actually knocked out people for a long time. We have got musicians, okay, performance that used to perform conductors and all this. MediaCorp stars and all these, SIA pilots, SIA stewardess and all this, they got no job for a long time. Yeah, so minimally 6 to 12 months, I think is important. Okay, living expenses, including housing mortgages, car mortgages, and things like that. Okay. They always say term insurance is not enough. That's why you need investment-linked products to be sufficient. I don't know who said that. I must be blowing hot air. Okay. Jim Collins wrote the book From Good to Great. Okay. That means in his book, he wrote this book called Good to Great. Then he actually talk about businesses that are able to transform themselves from a good company to great companies. Okay, and he borrowed some quotations there which are in Christopher Tan's article. I want to read to you. Okay, only when after basically you do what all the things Christopher Tan has done, okay, then you can say this. Okay, when we do that, we can then maintain unwavering faith that we can and will prevail in the end. I say again, when we do that, we can then maintain an unwavering faith that we can and will prevail in the end. Have the discipline to confront the most brutal fact of our current reality, whatever it may be. If you do not structure your finances, your psychology, and invest in the right instrument, when the storm hits, you will collapse. Okay? For years, I've been educating everybody, prepare a financial safety net. Very few took up. Very few people took up. The financial safety net is critical, important for a time like this. The storm hits, you know, the financial safety net is safe, secure, that even you lose everything, you know you can still go on, right? Okay? Will coupling term insurance with life insurance be a good strategy? No. Okay? You coupling term insurance with investment. I think that's what people say, right? You buy term and invest the rest. Okay? I think that's what he's saying. So, okay, so I hope this article gives you a breath of what's going on in a good investment strategy. Christopher Tan is amazing, you know, in sharing all this. Let me just summarize again. What he says. Okay. Number one is he says that markets are resilient. Okay. Markets are resilient, will rise over the long term, so stay invested. Okay, stay invested. Okay. Second thing is that this will only work if you are invested in a broadly diversified portfolio of securities with a track record of rising over a long term. Okay, and investing in picking individual stocks does not fit the category. Okay. And I pull out some graphs to show you, charts to show why many of the indices doesn't fit this criteria. Those who need money in the next 1 to 3 years, do a review, a trusted advisor. Lou say if you need money for 1 to 3 years, don't invest them. Okay? Keep investing in tranches and do not panic. Don't jibaboom one time go in and don't panic and sell. Just space out. Okay, space out. And I fired another shot of $50,000 yesterday. Okay. Why still see you pigment? I thought a lesser had been done. You mean my pigment? Yeah. Okay. Our focus has always been to ensure that our clients have the psychological ability and the financial ability to weather this turbulence. And it's very important to take note. You need both. You need financial stability and psychological stability to tahan this. Therefore, you need to be able to hold on to this. Okay? Okay, next. If your investment portfolio have already met your return objective, you may consider cashing out. I thought that is quite an interesting strategy. I might consider moving forward. Okay. In the past years, when it was easy to jump onto the bandwagon of high-risk assets such as growth stock, high-yield bonds, crypto, we stayed the course with borrowing low-cost, globally diversified portfolios of equities and investment-grade bonds. I thought that's very interesting. Okay, do not be tempted by all these huge rises of all these funds and all this. You know, stay the course of time with all these things. Okay, all the things that we said. Globally diversified portfolio, low cost, I think is very, very wise. Okay. Make sure you are comprehensively insured to mitigate life risk. You know, think of term insurance, think of hospitalization plans. I think all these are very important things. Make sure you have got enough emergency funds to tahan for 6 to 12 months, basically. Okay, 6 to 12 months. When you do all these things, you can then maintain the unwavering faith, okay, that we can and will prevail in the end. Okay, I thought it's incredible words of wisdom from Christopher Tan. Please read the article. Please, follow all this wisdom again. Okay, I've got maybe about 8 minutes. I can take some questions. Okay, I hope you find this sharing useful to you. Okay, and those people know you find useful to you, please give a like. Yeah. Okay, I thought it is just. Okay, 8 weeks in red, unprecedented. No. Many times in history, you got prolonged period of red. Okay, is there a settlement fee when we sell our US stock? Of course, there's brokerage fee, right? Okay, yeah, yes. Okay, what else? When is the mentioned end coming? I don't know. If I know, I'll be God, right? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Do you just fire QQQ S&P 500? I fired QQQ. Okay. Today's stock market lao sai. Yes. Okay. Today's stock market went down again. Okay. And as it goes down further, we buy, go down further, we buy, right? The most harrowing experience was 2008. I have the same thing. How do you decide between QQQ and QQM? I just buy QQQ. I don't need to decide. Don't jibaboom. For QQQ to jibaboom, you need a lot of stock to jibaboom together. 100 stocks to jibaboom. Do you foresee China ending its lockdown? I think its resistance is futile. It's impossible to fight. It's impossible to fight COVID Omicron outbreak. I think it's impossible. Okay, that's what all the medical scientists are saying. Okay, how come you didn't spread your entry prices for the 2 tranches? I spread it, right? Okay. Well, you mean I break up that 50K into more smiley, 10K, 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 or 2K, 2K, 2K. Okay. Term insurance is until 70 to 75. So what happened if we leave beyond that? So I would suggest I would suggest self-insured. Okay, self-insurance. But yes, which means that you must accumulate enough cash to do that. I added on S&P 500 yesterday. Okay, emergency fund should cover kids who are still in primary school and preschool. If no money to pay primary school, will MOE kick my daughter out? In Singapore, you will not have a case where you will not have your children education being kicked out, which is because you're poor. Are we facing a food crisis now? Malaysia, chicken, Indian rice, all banned. I think there is some level of crisis, but fortunately, Singapore food diversity is quite high. Okay, I think during the COVID crisis, we buy eggs from Portugal or Poland or something like that. Yes, and then we buy too much. A lot of eggs went spoiled. Yeah. So, do you foresee yourself selling or holding? I might time and time again do diversification, rebalancing all this, but I won't be selling for cash. Okay. Those people, there are 700 of you in YouTube. Can you all give a like? All together, you have fired 250,000. Is it? I don't even calculate myself. Okay, I didn't track. Okay, yes. So I'll keep firing. In 2008, I fired 2008. No, 2015, I fired 1 million, you know. And 2020, I fired another million. Okay, so I'm still on early stages on my firing. Yeah. What is your opinion of hedging with gold? Gold is a very difficult asset to understand. I think gold is very good when there's war. Okay, yes. Build up penny stock during this time. Again, I don't understand penny stock, so I'm not. How to rebalance? Need a lesson by itself. Very difficult to explain. High level conceptually means that if you have some bonds, some shares, some house, some whatever, and you have a fixed percentage, if they go percentages go haywire, then you sell some and buy some to reallocate to it. In 2000 financial crisis, how many tranches did I break into? I don't know, a lot. 10, 20, I don't know, a lot. Smaller amount. Those days I was poorer. Can answer Sean Lee's question. I cannot answer Sean Lee's question if I cannot see Sean Lee's question. The question runs. Those who I missed out, can you all ask again? Mr. Lu, will you be selling if there's a relief rally? Why would I do that? Remember I said I buy to hold for 10, 20, 30,000, 10, 20, 30 years, right? So, yes, okay. Did I miss out some questions? Mr. Lu, S&P 500 and QQQ are focused on US market. Do you think a world index such as VWRA is a better and safer? I think it's good to diversify into world index as well. I think there's a lot of merit to it. But I think there is the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, all this, in some sense, is pretty global index, global funds, you know. Because all these company operates across the world. Yeah, okay. Can you give us a lesson on rediversification? I don't know what's rediversification. Rebalancing, I know. What is Bitcoin trend? I cannot tell. Hi, Mr. Lu. Okay. I'm trying to see Sean Lee's question. Hi, Mr. Lu. For those who in early 20s and 30s, do you recommend using cash to top up CPF, to FRS, ASAP, or invest in S&P 500, or both? I think cash is very flexible, very rich, and you can use it for a lot of things. I wouldn't consider using cash to be put into CPF, but try to move a lot of your OA into SA in the beginning years. Only when you're maxed out in the later years, when a lot of cash, then you start putting cash. Cash, a lot of flexibility. Okay. For education fund, what is your opinion? Put lump sum SSB. I'm not a big fan of SSB lah. Is now or 2008 worst crisis? 2008 you went down by 50% at S&P 500, 50%, almost 60%. This is child's play, man. Yeah. Thank you for taking effort to share during volatile period. Help to come. Yeah. I think it's important for us to understand this in crisis time how to react. Mr. Lu, can you share how you did build up your CPF Kueh Lapis? Did you invest CPFO in S&P for compounding effect? So my CPF, first of all, move as much as possible. Fill up your SA to the max. That must be the first thing. And your MediSave as well, and don't touch it. Your CPF OA, then you can slowly invest some things in OA. In early years, I didn't invest in S&P 500 because it was not available. So I invest in other things. But in the recent years, thank God, we have got endowers. They allow S&P 500 investment, so I invest in it. Okay. Hi, Mr. Lu. Does investing S&P 500 pay dividends? Yes, it does, but very little. So I want to say this is very important. Okay. When you invest in a stock, don't expect high growth and high dividends. Never happen. So if you want high growth, you don't expect high dividend. You want high dividend, don't expect high growth. They are mutually exclusive type of stocks. Okay. Okay. For those who came in on the YouTube, you click a subscribe if you want to be alerted. Hit subscribe if you want to be alerted of all my all my videos when I go live, because otherwise there's no other way you will get alerted. Okay, yes, hit subscribe. Okay, and put the bell and click the bell also. Okay, at what age do you feel have an essay to a max? I think about 31 or something like that. Yeah, thank you. Okay, yes, for those people who want to be alerted, please also go to YouTube there. 1M6 for Facebook, 1865YT plus 1, 1865YT plus 1. You go YouTube and hit subscribe. All my finance videos are there. Okay. Since the crash beginning this year, how much have you invested? I don't know. Someone calculated for me 250 or something like that. I didn't monitor. US stock may go sideways for 20 years. Well, you must have the wisdom of God to know that. I did hit subscribe in Black Belt, but not alerted today. I don't know why. Okay. What is your opinion why March 2020 crash happened so fast compared to now? I think the nature of the market crashes are different. In March 2020, the market go right deep in, okay, and then the Federal Reserve announced QE unlimited and it goes straight up. Here, the Fed cannot do QE unlimited anymore because that was what causes the whole problem. Do you expect a financial crisis? I don't need to expect. We are already here. Yeah. Okay. It's not called a financial crisis. We do have an inflationary problem right now. Do you recommend SA shooting? Yeah, of course. Must do. Yeah, must do. Just SA shooting is a must do. All right, good guys. I'm gonna jump into a business call. Okay. I'm gonna jump into a business call. I hope that everybody will find this sharing useful. Again, those people who just joined the YouTube, remember hit subscribe and a like. Okay. Cool. Okay. So with this, I'll end it. I'll talk to you in a day or two. Okay. All right. I really gotta go. So appreciate all your participation, and I hope to see you guys again. Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. I gotta take a business call right now, so I end it abruptly. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Usually I take a long time to say thank you, but goodbye. So today I gotta end it. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. Okay. Thank you. Okay. All right. Thank you.